EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. First down, Prescott steps away to his left. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, 75 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the run. Get 300. Get 300. 54, right there. 54.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Rodgers now to throw. And able to find Graham, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Let it! 18. Check. Watch 54. Let's pick it up.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
2nd and 10 at
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Mike's 54. Smooth. 54. You're trapped. We're doing it. Hey, watch that.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Here we go. Hey, kill.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
46.
Looking to throw. Prescott. That one complete. Elliott down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Here we go. Line in. Here we go. Go to 54. Line in.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
After the made field goal, Marr back out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. Ryan Grant, 59 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
There we go. Tighten up. There we go. Going to 52. Check three. Sweat. Hey.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Big stop. Let's go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the safety creep. Here we go. 47. Watch it.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big run that time by Elliott. 45 yards on the ground. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Jones. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Blue 58! 54! Mike 54! Hey, pick it up, defense!
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. The tackle by Robert Quinn.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Just like that. Kill, kill, kill!
On second down, it's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. After 17-7 the score on EA Sports. There the Cowboys here on third down, bringing in an extra defensive back. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll run it with Jones. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Michael Bennett, the former Texas A&M Aggie, dropping the hammer. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4, Mike's 5-4.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And able to find Alan Lazard. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Now Prescott, buying time to his left. His throw incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Personally, I think they've got to go somewhere else with the football. They've got to bracket it out there in double coverage. Makes it hard to fit it in time after time.
It would have had to have been an absolutely perfect pass and not good enough. On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there, 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
On 1st and 10, Prescott, and that's Elliott, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, Big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check. Slam. We're going to 54.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the Packers' 32-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go, deep, tight. Hey, kill. 52, Mike, 52. Oh, you get over here. Gun. No, check that. We're going Mike 52 right here.
Here's Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Elliott. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Motion, check. Shift.
47.
Now Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain of 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
Go, get out there. There we go, kill. 26.
A first down throw for Prescott. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Tramon Williams there to break that one up.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
We're going to 54.
Big gap.
26.
They'll run with Elliott. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Amari Cooper with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now Rodgers operating from the gun. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, take 26.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Mike.
To throw is Rodgers. From the gun, he'll throw. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Packers. Jimmy Graham, 33 yards. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead down to 10, 24-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Got his man there, complete to Gallup. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Oh, you got deep? Watch tight end. Hey!
Here we go, 46, 46.
Got 4 down.
Under. Then we're going to 53.
Don't get nervous. Watch twist. Watch twist.
26.
Prescott on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Go to 54. Line. Here we go. Kill. 26.
Prescott to throw it. They'll roll him out right. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Kill.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He's going to take a shot for the end. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Mike 54. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
Easy.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Check 52.
Over 50. Look at you.
To throw is Rodgers. The connection made. It's Graham. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards, a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Rodgers now to throw. And Graham's got it. Complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Jones. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again to Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there and a first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Jim.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They go to Elliott again. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now at a 3rd and 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, going to 53. Back. Switch. Gun. 26.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. That's taken on the 25. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Again, it's Jones. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Here we go.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Inside. 54. Watch the curl.
They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers to Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 16. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And it's complete. What a catch at the 7. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guy...
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Taking it in from 7 yards away, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Crosby connects on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
52's the mic. Oh, yeah.
Hey, kill. 47. Go. Get out there.
Stay at home.
Check 26.
To throw is Prescott. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Prescott. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Prescott yet again. Completes it to Jason Witten. All that only nets him a yard. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. And again, it's Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get 1st downs and eat away at the clock.
We're going to 53. 52. Come on. Here we go. Going to 54. Going to 54. Line 26.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Complete to Jason Witten. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 34-yard line. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Gun.
1st down, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll go down at the 28. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their 1st timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
47. 26.
To the air again, Prescott. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On 1st down, Elliott. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Check. Hey, switch gears.
10th carry now for Elliott. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
You go take. Go to 54. Go to 54. 26.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt-away-the-game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Rodgers to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. Jeff Heath, the strong safety, able to get in there on the coverage.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Hey, high 7.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining that it would appear the Cowboys are going to win this football game.
Kill. Go, get out there, get out there.
Bounce out the helmet, here we go. Mike 42, Mike 42.
Hey, 47.
It's game situation, let's go.
26.
Throwing here, Prescott. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And never an easy thing to do, no matter how good Green Bay is, what the year is, to come into Lambeau and get the victory. But they did it.
You're not just battling the team that you're playing that day. You're not just battling the crowd that's in attendance in that game. You're battling the history of the franchise. You're battling the ghosts that swirl around that place that help spur them on to victory. It is an unbelievable atmosphere, the most historic place in the league, and you have to make sure you stay focused on your task. Otherwise, you can get easily distracted.
Yeah, hats off to them for keeping that laser focus and getting the victory. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Lambeau.
I do this for